Which vehicle you're inaugurating?
Yeah.
For the next Chief Minister?
Well, I think there's a very, the certainty that this man is going to be in some very responsible position at the end of this election. And I believe that this is going to be a major victory. He's won 5 times. But this time he's running for more than himself. He's running for the state. And I think that we are all anxious to see a change of government. 10 years of misrule and misgovernance have really made it clear we need a change of government. And he's in the vanguard.
The feedback we're getting is that they have done a lot of work,
Yeah,
infrastructure, in the medical education.
Infrastructure has not been very impressive. If you look at what they're pointing to as the national highways, which is central funds, the state highways have not been very well developed. So when looking at infrastructure, there's some genuine concerns. A lot of our hospitals, for example, this used to be the pride of Kerala. But sadly, as he was saying in his remarks, the hospitals are in the ICU. You find, particularly when you get to the taluk level and the local levels, nurses not there, medicines not there, doctors not there. And this is becoming a serious
I hate to
crisis.
say one thing. I just talked to somebody who, in the street who works in a hospital. She said, I've been working here with the UDF and then for the last 10 years. And the change with the LDF was fantastic, much improved in that hospital.
Well, then she's a lucky lady because there are lots of a lot of other ladies who don't have that same experience. And you know, we've had scandal after scandal. Somebody leaves a pair of scissors inside a patient for months. Somebody leaves something else inside a patient for months. We've had fires breaking out in intensive care units in 2 hospitals.
But tell me,
I
think when you're doing your campaigning, you're not countering their positives with other positives. You're talking about rumors that they're tying up with the BJP, that all that sort of stuff.
We've got a very positive message. In fact, my entire speech today was only about the future of Kerala, and he echoed that in his speech. We are basically the only front that's talking about the future. These guys are mired in the past in extolling real or imaginary achievements of theirs. And obviously we have a responsibility to counter their failures, their corruption, the deeply shameful Sabarimala gold scandal and all of that.
When we interviewed him, he gave a lot of data, but I'm not sure he's using it in the campaign. Sorry, Uma.
Yeah. So I was saying, both your speeches, I think, did communicate a lot of positive messages about what people can expect from this campaign. But one of the criticisms has been that even before the elections, the names, of course, Dr. Tharoor ruled himself out of this chief ministerial race, even though his name also came up. But that also created a certain degree of confusion, isn't it? And delay because of your MPs wanting to contest and so on.
Asking me or asking him? No, look, my view was that, and I was not one of them, but those MPs who did want to contest are all good people. And frankly, they would have converted a possible win into a certain win. So I was in favor, but the party leadership decided that was not going to be the case. And one good thing is everyone has fallen in line. Those who are disappointed, those who had aspirations have put everything aside, and we are all together. There is not one case of any serious rebel candidacy or any public dissent. Everyone is out there.
Unusual for the Congress.
Unusual for the Congress. And
You can stop it here. You can go to that program.
Yeah,
It's almost finished.
You haven't said a word.
he wants you to say something more.
Regarding the positive campaign, we have conducted a yatra. It took 1 month from the north to south.
Right.
We have propagated all these ideas, our plan, our future, our research. Wherever the government failed, we have alternative programs. We are all propagated in the campaign. And now it is continuing. At the final phase, it is for the new generation. What he said is right. We are working for the new generation. We are bringing programs. For example, the universities, the machine learning, the artificial intelligence, the biogenetics, all these courses we are bringing. Now the brain drain is happening. These youngsters are seeking new courses abroad. Germany, Australia, Canada, all these places. We are going to start these courses at our universities. As I said earlier, we are going to introduce a global job watchtower. What is happening in the job world in the globally? Then corresponding to that, we are going to introduce new courses. We will restructure the curriculum. They will get the jobs.
Just one thing, both, repeatedly this thing.
Employers too, by the way.
This repeatedly comes up, that 6 lakh crore rupees, and this is a debt economy that we are talking about. What is the plan you have to correct that? Because if it's a Congress government, once again, you will say the center is not.
More revenue will be generated when we get more businesses in. We're talking about attracting investment seriously because we are not the ones brandishing the red flags. We're here to welcome them. There'll be a red carpet. And we are going to bring in an Investor Protection Act to reassure investors their money will be safe. We're going to really genuinely go for a single window clearance system and not the single portal which the government calls a single window. We want to have a single window. We want to really make ease of doing business more than a slogan.
I will tell you one thing. Kerala is a consumer state. GST is a consumer point tax. Actually, Kerala would have been the number one beneficiary for GST. But unfortunately, this government have not restructured the tax administration. Now, still the what system is existing here. I have been demanding in the floor of the assembly for the last 5 years. You restructure the tax administration according to the GST provisions. Unfortunately, they have not done it. I offer that within 1 year, we will increase our tax growth. Now it is 8% to more than 30%.
I heard in your speech also that you reached out to a lot of women, talking about many things that you're offering, including the bus travel and so on. With such an economy, isn't it the opposite that you should be talking about in terms of...
We have plans to make self-reliant KSRTC, Civil Supplies Corporation, the Kerala State LCD Board, the Medical Services Corporation. Those corporations... No, that is not our style. We have studied a lot. These corporations will be self-reliant. For example, for the last 12 months, Kerala is number one in price rise because the government could not intervene in the market. The market intervention agency is Civil Supplies Corporation. We have plans. We have discussed with supply chain management. For example, the chili. We are getting chili from Gundur at the crop season at 25 rupees.
And we can grow it here.
We need to have storage facilities. Then at the off season, we can sell it into 100 rupees.
Yeah.
That is a supply chain management.
Exactly.
We are going to introduce supply chain management in the Civil Supplies Corporation.
On the social front, one of the most beautiful things about Kerala is that despite all its religious differences and caste differences, it's a beautifully peaceful society.
Totally.
There's no antagonism.
This is what we stand for.
But people are saying now that you're relying so much on religious
No,
groups
not
that are turning a little fundamentalist, like the Jamaat-e-Islami supporting the IUML, and you're turning a blind eye. It's just a question that everybody's saying, is it going to become more antagonistic and maybe even turn violent like the rest of India?
No, we don't want that.
Kerala is totally different and beautiful.
Kerala is different, our history is different, our culture is different.
yes.
We have lived together side by side since time immemorial. Every religious faith has come here in peace. Not one came with the sword. The Jews came when they were fleeing the Babylonians and then fleeing the Romans. The Christians came with St. Thomas the doubting Thomas the apostle. We had Islam coming not as an aggressive faith but as a news from the peninsula by people who for 1,000 years had been coming across the waters of the Arabian Sea to trade, to settle, to merge the population, go back every year. They brought in saying, hey, you know what's going on in the peninsula? One of our kings got into a boat and went off. I'm just saying, this is our history and we will not let this history disappear. Secondly,
But
both he and I come from constituencies where you find all three faiths living side by side. He has temples, mosques and churches. I have the same. In the capital of Kerala, in Palayam Square, you have this magnificent St. Joseph's Cathedral. Directly across from the largest mosque, the Palayam Jummah Masjid, and right next to it is the oldest Ganapati
let me
temple.
give you some data.
That's Kerala. We're not going to let this
No,
go.
but let me give you data. You have got twice 60% compared to 30% for the LDF amongst Christians and Muslims.
Yes.
They are keeping you in government. In
Why
the
not?
Hindus, you have less, way less than the LDF. So you're basically relying on two religions to keep you
That's
going.
not entirely fair because without Hindu votes, we wouldn't be
No, but
elected
you're-
either. I mean,
no, these two which are really keeping you.
I would say that we are happy to enjoy the trust of the minorities because in any society,
And minorities are 45% here.
47.
47,
So let me
exactly.
say that for us, the people of Kerala, whatever their religious background, should be allowed to feel safe, should feel they have a stake in the state and the future of the state, and should be able to feel that the government will pay heed to their respects and concerns. That's all we're promising.
One thing, the results of this election, assembly election, will declare that our state is secular Kerala.
That's very
That,
important to hear.
very important for
That's
us.
a good wrap to
Ah,
on this.
secular
I have
Kerala.
one and
We
final.
will declare to the entire country that our state is secular.
Achha, I have one and finally, I've seen all the posters of Sir here and Pinarayi and many others, and they have one thing in common in Kerala. You're all smiling. So give us a smile for the elections.
Lots to smile about.
Finally.
Vote for him and vote for UDF.
Big smile.